Hello everyone, and welcome to Human Behavior in the Social Environment 2. My name is Dr. Aisha Bonner-Kozad, and I'm looking forward to working with you. This video will give you a brief overview of the syllabus, as well as an introduction to the online learning environment. Blackboard, of course, is the platform we use. I'll start here. Please don't email me at my Howard email. It's highly unlikely I will get it. I don't really check it that often. I do, however, check my personal Gmail multiple times a day, so that's the best way to reach me. Secondly, you will see here I've also included my phone number. Please feel free to text me at any time. Only call if you're having a real emergency. I do this every semester, and students have always been extremely respectful, so I'm not worried about that. Just know you have it if you need it. This class will be, this is fully online class. Hopefully everyone knows that. And I will post the class update, the announcement, every Thursday, usually somewhere between 7 and 11. Just to be clear, the weekly announcement is a courtesy. The entire course is already online, so you have everything you need to be successful this semester. But as a courtesy, just to help keep everyone on track, I do post each week, upcoming assignments and so on and so forth. I will have office hours from 9 to 10 p.m. every Thursday, and that is also through the Blackboard learning environment. A couple of notes there. Please make sure that you check and make sure you can download the program or the app, depending on what kind of device you're using, to join the online chat. It's called Blackboard Collaborate. When you go onto the class site and click on the virtual classroom, it should begin an automatic download. Just make sure prior to class getting started that you can actually get that downloaded, because it's super frustrating if you're having trouble with it and you're going to need help getting it working, to really have a question and not be able to access it. So just a little note there. And on that chat, you can text me, you can video chat with me, you can audio chat. So you have a lot of options there if you've never used it before. So the syllabus is not overly long. I've certainly seen longer ones. You're going to find a lot of information here. What you should expect to get out of the class, as well as the core competencies from CSWE that we are addressing in the classroom, online classroom, and how they're tied to the particular assignments. As I said, we're using Blackboard for this, as well as different types of assignments and activities. Goes without saying, cheating and plagiarisms are big no-nos. I do use Safe Assign with all of your written assignments, so I will be checking to ensure you have a plagiarism quiz so that I know that you know what plagiarism is. If you have questions about how to cite material, please ask. It's never bad to ask. Much worse to plagiarize somebody else's intellectual property. So let's really stay on top of that. This section here, just lots of information about where you can get writing help, where you can get other types of help if you have specific issues in the classroom in terms of accommodations, more academic support, excuse me, information on interpersonal violence that may be occurring, etc. So phone numbers, web addresses, there's a lot of information available for you in the syllabus. Please make sure to have the proper technology If you have your own or you're going to be using the iLab primarily, make sure this, I think, here is really important. If you click this app here, you can test your browser. Make sure you won't have any problems running Blackboard if this is new to you. Okay, so really for this class, you need to be able to get on a website, upload, download documents. That's about the extent of the technical skills you will need. Um, so, uh, class attendance. I do want to touch on this here. Um, the discussion boards act as our virtual classroom. To not participate in them is non-negotiable. If you miss more than 6 discussion board assignments, that's an automatic failure. That would be like if you didn't show up for class half of the semester. So please make sure that you attend to those assignments. Here is your text that we're using for this semester. You do need to use this copy because the mini exams are based on the material in this edition of the book. If you buy the 5th edition, you will not have the correct answers available to you for the mini exams or mini quizzes. So that's that. If you're having trouble finding it in the bookstore, remember that Amazon sells online textbooks as well as rents textbooks. So just keep that in mind. Make sure you have an APA manual or access to something that helps you with APA. I will get it's somewhere in here, but there's a great website out of Purdue University that does a great, just a fantastic job of breaking APA down. Definitely a great resource if you're new to APA or not 100% on your APA skills. Here you can see how you will be assessed for the class. As I said, there are 8 mini exams. They're not super long. These are really to ensure that you're reading the material and getting information from the course. There is a midterm group project. It's a paper, and a final paper, also group project, both with presentations and, of course, the discussion boards. So the write-up here for each of the projects, as well as their relationship to the core competencies, are here. You can read through all of that. And then the units of study are all laid out right here. So having shown you all of this, I will just say it's all on the Blackboard site. Obviously keep this document, but all of the information you will be able to find online, including this nifty calendar. So it's super detailed, but online courses require a lot of discipline, and I think a very sort of well thought out calendar is a great way to do that. So you will see here the date, what week we are in the semester, what the unit is, what assignments are related to that week, as well as due dates. As you can see here, the introductory discussion board is given on the 17th. It's not due till the 23rd. You will have, typically for all of your assignments, you will have 6 days to complete them. And that goes for the mini exam. So the mini exam will become available on the 24th. It's not due until the 30th. So I've tried to really give you a flexible schedule. It's up to you to take advantage of that. And I will tell you there are a couple times on the schedule where things get a little hectic. So really plotting out your assignments and when you're going to do them is super critical to being successful in this class. So, there are a couple of times where you will have something due during an off time in the week, but generally I try to keep to that 6-day schedule. So just make sure you're very thorough in checking the assignments um, and getting everything in on time. So that is the syllabus. Let's jump to the class itself. There are no announcements now, but by the time you get into the classroom environment, there will be a few for you to read. When you log in, you'll always be brought to the announcements page first. For purposes of the class, of course, you're going to jump to start here, where you will see some introductory notes, just a few items, some to-dos, and then getting started. The first thing you're going to want to do is come to course information, where you'll find the syllabus and this overview video. It will be updated with the one I am currently making. As I said, all of the material from the syllabus is also highlighted right here in various sections. So I wanted to show the calendar. Here, if you click on the calendar, you will see that, and I don't think it looks like this for you. Let me enter the student preview. Okay, they're going to make me go back. So, let's see here. Okay, so the calendar here should show you all of the, oh, because I'm not a student. Anyway, it will populate in your, when you log in, because you're actually listed as a student. So it will show institution holidays, any personal, if you use the Blackboard calendar, and then the calendar events, so the assignments, anything that has a due date will also populate to here. And if you use Apple, you can get a link so that you can connect it to your phone. So I don't think they have anything for Android users, and I apologize, but make sure you're keeping track of, however you do it, have a system for staying on schedule with the course assignments. So back here, so this is the instructor view. There are some things that you may see here that you won't see on your in your view of the class. So go to start here, which is going to eventually get you here. Syllabus, watch the video, poke around the site, go into every section here. Also very important for the class are the discussion boards. This is a place you're going to be very familiar with. Right here is just a description of the instructions for the discussion board. Each time you post, you have to post a minimum of 200 words for your post and reply to 2 classmates with 100-word responses each. That is going to be true for every discussion board. And I'm sure some of you are saying, she's not going to count. Please believe me, I do actually count. It's important. It's part of the gold standard for distance learning. There's science behind these number of words and why we use them. So also your responses to your post needs to be substantive. But your replies to your classmates, it can't just be, hey Mia, I super love your post. That's not going to work. This is supposed to emulate a discussion we would have in class. You can certainly say nice post, but follow that up with a substantive response to whatever your classmate has written. If you have questions about that, please let me know. You also see here a student lounge. This is for the students. I don't go in here. I'm not going to look at what you have to say. And if you're worried that I will, you can post anonymously. If you have a non-urgent question, you can post it here. I'm usually online a couple times a week to doing various things, and we'll get to it. If you need an answer faster than maybe a week, then please feel free to email or text me. So here is the first forum, introductions. You'll see an introductory video in here from me. And you may post a video or you can write text. It's all up to you. But please introduce yourself just like we would in class. And then the first discussion board in truth, you'll see here a number of questions. You respond to them. This is not really as difficult as it looks. I know it's a lot of questions, but and you'll see that you have until 1:23 at 11:59 p.m. And that is the discussion board. You'll also post some of your assignments here. Actually, just your midterm and your final presentations, not your papers. But your presentations will go here so that classmates can comment on them. Again, all of this is in the write-up for the assignment, so I know it's like drinking from a fire hose, but let's see. If you need help, resources, online tools, check out these areas, kind of see what's available for you. I'm going to do this. Another important area, groups. You have 2 group assignments in this class. You have already been assigned a group. Please make sure you find your group, interact with your team members, get to know their communication styles. When you go into the groups, you will see that the groups themselves have their own discussion board. And you will see there are 2 assignments in here, postings for your midterm and your final. This will make more sense once you get into the assignment write-ups, but you can also use this forum to keep in contact with one another, to exchange messages. You have a number of group tools that are at your disposal, including sending emails to your group members. So you can also link to the midterm and the final theory paper. You can link to those areas and get the information also from your group page. Please don't wait. I say this many, many times over the semester. Do not wait until the last minute. Get in touch with your group members. Talk to one another. Try to get a sense of how best you communicate, exchange information. Do this early, do it immediately. Stay in touch as you move through the semester. It always seems like the final paper sneaks up on people. So, discussion board, groups, virtual office hours. So when you're ready to stop by for virtual office hours, you're just going to click here and that will take you to the Collaborate app. You can also see the calendar is here as well. Down here you'll see a link to the assignments. So the mini exams are here. They will not be available until whatever day on the calendar pops up. And you can see the due date is also listed here. It gives you a brief description of the exam itself, what it's focusing on, and also the plagiarism quiz is in here. This should actually be at the top because it's the very first thing you're going to be doing. And then your written assignment content area, you will have, I have write-ups for the midterm and the final. You click the link, download those. This is also where you will turn the papers in. Not your presentation, just your papers will be turned in here. Since these are group papers, you must also turn in your individual contribution to the paper. So whatever sections were your responsibility, you must turn them in here. That way, if there's some issue with the paper, I can know where to attribute, what to attribute to your work. So um, you cannot get a grade for the paper unless you turn in your individual contribution here. This is a group turn in. Only one person from the group needs to submit the paper. It will be attributed to the entire group. It's all on the back end here, and same for the final paper. As I said, the presentations you will create, those will be placed in the actual discussion board. They do not go in this link. And then we have the actual units. Why did I do one? Well, this is fine. So you'll see here, this is the same setup in each unit. You'll get an overview of what the unit is focusing on, what is the required reading. I try to have links for all of the articles here for you. If there's the plagiarism quiz is also linked here, the PowerPoints that go along with the text, and then links to the discussion boards that are due that week. So you see these two are due for the first week, and each unit is laid out exactly the same way. One additional item you'll see are lectures, videos. I'm trying to keep it interesting by really giving you guys resources from a lot of different places. Please watch the videos. They link directly to whatever the content is for that particular week. And that's pretty much it. So I will have office hours tomorrow. So make sure to stop by if you've had a chance to poke around in the class and you have questions or comments or concerns. I definitely would like to address them as early as possible. All right, thanks, and I'm looking forward to working with you all this semester. Take care.